Hello. We're live.
We did it.
Technology agrees. So hi, Audrey. Thanks
Hey,
for joining
Crystal
me here
Dawn.
today. I feel really happy that we're collaborating on this seminar and that we're both jazzed up about talking about death.
I know it sounds like such a strange thing to say.
Yeah, personal death awareness. Ah! Deer in the headlights. Oh, what are you doing?
I know.
You're calling it that?
It sounds so serious.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I feel scared just hearing the name of it. That's some feedback I got from someone.
Yeah, well, and I think that's it, right? So, I think a lot of people use a lot of their life energy to avoid looking at endings and to avoid looking at the ending of their own life and the very real relationship with endings and also just completion in general, whether it's completing a project or completing, how you complete things, which is also going to include how I complete my life. And rather than doing that, by accident or by default or leaving a big mess for anyone after me, that I want to do that with a lot of consciousness and presence, and especially for me, kindness. That the in the wake of my presence here on the planet, so after I'm gone, that what is left over is a rippling kind of a wake of kindness. And that I've taken care of the details, and I've also designed it in a way that people have a chance to communicate. I've had a chance to communicate. It's designed using my creativity, how to be creative in the endings of things, and that it doesn't have to just happen by happenstance. It really happens on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the idea of incorporating creativity in our ability to look at completions in general, but also death and dying and completing our lives in a way that feels fulfilling. I made like a songs to play when I'm dead playlist that was part of this work, part of this packet of information that we're wanting to share with people. That is the personal death awareness packet.
Yes.
22 pages of how to create a fulfilling life now.
Yeah, I say 22 pages of goodness, and also, bringing in not only the logistics of things, and because I know, having participated with both of my parents dying and a few other people that I've been close with dying either suddenly or over a long period of time, that the logistics are a real thing, and having some of that set up ahead of time so that those people who are still here are not dealing with all the logistics and really are able to be in their relationship with the person and in their feelings about the loss or absence of that person. And I know that I find it really challenging to juggle both all the logistics about things while I'm trying to also participate with my feelings about things. And so some of that or most of that can get set up ahead of time, and also have it be a collaboration, a conversation about what do you really want, an opportunity to connect with people and to provide information and have information provided to me, and to respond in kind of, this is what they really wanted, and to be respectful in that as well. And then also just all the creativity. There's so many cool things that we have planned in terms of bringing a quality of creativity to the process, to our relationship with death and dying, and also just completions in general. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're not looking at how you're completing your day or how you're even completing a meal, if you don't take things all the way through to completion, that's likely going to be the way that you complete your life. And that can, just like in the kitchen, that can leave a big mess at the end of things.
Or around the whole house. How many piles do you have
Yeah.
around your house? How many
Yeah.
piles are we leaving for our loved ones to clean up after us? And I know that I'm a little teary when you were talking about giving people that we care about a chance to feel all their feelings, or just not have to deal with so many logistics. I spent a lot of the first week of my dad's passing, when he was instantly killed by a truck, dealing with logistics, planning his funeral, making copies, doing things that I thought that he might want, but, wasn't sure, he didn't have that planned out at 53. So, yeah, that's a big reason why I'm wanting to do this as a seminar, like over 8 weeks, with lots of space to integrate what comes up as far as our own feelings about like clutter, clearing the pipe, so to speak, of our own emotional relationship to life, death, the baby deaths that are every breath that we take.
Exactly. I have one of my mentors told a story about a story, a Zen story, that a student came to his Zen master and said, "Master, I want to be enlightened. How do I get there? How do I get to enlightenment?" Whatever that is exactly. And the Zen master said to his student, "Well, did you eat breakfast?" And he said, "Yes." And he said, "Did you wash your dish?" So that feeling, in that, like you said, all the little micro moments of taking things, all like bringing presence and awareness all the way through to something, and then having that start now in terms of all the little things, and also because we can do what we can do to care for ourselves and the people around us, and then there is just things that we have no control over. So to be preparing now, even if my literal physical death isn't for another 40 years, that I'm in the ongoing, creation of what I want that to look like and feel like for me and for all the people I love around me.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking to having a fulfilling, satisfying life every day, like we're not guaranteed our next breath, I could just whoop, see ya right now. And so to have a sense of if I died right now, would I feel fulfilled? Would I feel complete with everyone in my life? Would people know what to do with my cats? And
yeah, that's a real thing, pets, for sure.
Yeah. When I was doing real estate meetings every Tuesday, we had, guest speakers come in, and one of our guest speakers was like financial planning people. Is everything in a living trust? All these, things that a lot of people don't think about, but make it so much easier for everybody, especially with anything that you're planning to give away.
Right. Right. And even starting now, so part of my ongoing practice is that anything that I don't love and is not being actively used, that I let my relationship with it die, and move it on to someone who can really appreciate it. And some of that is really big stuff and some of it's little stuff, but it is so that if something happened today, that people wouldn't have to come in and wonder what to do with stuff, and that there wouldn't be a lot of stuff to go through. Yeah, which,
So,
as you know from a sudden experience, can be a lot more than you think.
Yeah. Well, I feel really happy already, giddy even, talking about this stuff that can seem like weird to people, that it's, exciting to talk about, but my enthusiasm for this subject, and just increasing my personal death awareness, every day by, pausing, reflecting, thinking about my own death, and then having a sort of relationship with death that is like, yep, I can count on you. That's the one thing in this life that I can count on, is that
I always think of and using death as an ally, death the process of death, of our own death as an ally in service of living a really fulfilling and joyful life.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean there aren't all the feelings in there, but the joy of being here to feel them all, and that it's, death is not something that I hide away from. It's really something that I kind of hook elbows with, and I'm like, all right, I'm informed by this in an ongoing fashion, so that I know that, if something were to happen, that I'm doing a good job. I was reading something today. I was telling you that, like, can I look at the end of each day and feel proud of myself? Did I, and if not, what do I need to adjust? So that's another thing. And if so, really, do I feel complete? And am I completing my day, feeling proud of myself? And to be asking that in an ongoing fashion, so that at the end of my life, as if when I'm on my deathbed, that I look back and I just think, yeah, I feel really proud about how I participated with my life.
Yeah. I think the way that we look at those deathbed goals, are like
Mhm.
the things that people think about on if they're, privileged enough to have a slow completion like that. I feel like that's kind
Mhm.
of a privilege. Um,
Well, we're all on a slow completion right now.
yeah,
Some may be quicker than others, but it's like, yeah, once we get here, we're on
yeah,
there's sort of a bell curve. At
yeah,
a certain point, and there's that recognition, like, oh, right, I'm not going to be here forever. And, if I'm remembered, how do I want to be remembered?
yeah.
And can I look back and feel proud of myself? Can I look back and see that I've at least been taking action in support of the life I wanted to be living, and also in support of the relationships that I want to be enjoying.
And when I'm on that deathbed of like, well, what are the things that I am so proud of?
Mhm.
That can inform what it is that we want to create now. So
Absolutely.
I think that's
Yeah.
one of the activities that we'll be offering and asking people, like, what do you want to look back on your life and say you're proud of? So
Mhm.
thank you, Audrey, for meeting me here today so we can
Yay!
just get even more juiced up about this subject and invite people to join us. It's starting in a couple of weeks. October 4th is our planned start date, and we're doing an early bird $4.95 for the whole 8 weeks. When are we ending that early bird? I think we're ending that just the
Great
five,
question.
yeah,
A week
4 days.
before, maybe?
Yeah,
Mhm.
the week before. So please check out consciouslovinglab.com/PDA and sign up with us. Join
Yeah.
us for this
Come.
incredible time.
Yeah. Really, the words that come to me is, this is a rich adventure.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. And one that, will inform your life, inform how it does inform the way I live my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And it's all, and it's an ongoing masterpiece, so that even just the beginning of it now begins the creative masterpiece, and it can be revised, and, to be in relationship with this, to be in the awareness of it, because it's one of those things that is happening and going to happen.
Yeah.
One of our common threads of being human.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Life and death.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us live here, and we'll see you on October 4th,
Yeah.
our
Or maybe
first
sooner.
Sunday.
Maybe we'll do another one just for
Oh,
fun.
yeah, let's do another one of these. Let's plan to meet here next week.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. I
Thanks,
love
everybody.
you.
I love you too.
Bye.
All righty. Thanks, Audrey.
That was fun.
That is so fun.